Okay, welcome back, guys. Um, Done a couple intros now, and all of them I ended up rambling. Um, but I got a trick to this one to not ramble. I ordered food, and it's here. So the longer I talk, the colder my food gets. Loophole. Um, Long story short, um, in case the other videos aren't out yet, because we have a couple that are recorded and ready to go. But I don't know exactly when they're going to get put on. One of them I'm not sure I'm going to do because it's really just moving the Supra over to Jeremy's. By the way, Supra's at Jeremy's now. Brought it over here to get some work done because I caved. My engine was going to be a process and a good chunk of money to get everything that I wanted done to it. And once I kind of had the plan, I got stubborn and stuck to it. And then once I pulled things apart, I realized that a lot of things needed to be done. So I bought another motor. Bought another 2J. Same year, out of another Lexus, so it was the 2JZ GE. But more or less same block, same setup as my old one was. So all my parts will fit. Everything will work on that side. So bought the engine, brought it straight over to Jeremy's because I didn't have a good place to put it at the house I was at. So we brought it over here, and then we took it, ended up moving the Supra over here because, what's up? Is that the stuff you guys took out of the stuffed animal?
No.
Okay.
It's the rice.
Okay. Sorry, kid interruption. So yeah, we brought the engine over here, brought the car over here, brought both over here because I'd been planning on moving for a good while now. Finally got that done. I'm in a new house. I have a garage. Technically, I could be working on this at my house, but need to do some organizing and get some stuff figured out for that one. So for now, it's at Jeremy's, and I don't really want to tow it to the new house. It feels wrong. So we're going to get it running and drive it over there. Technically, we could be turning it over tonight, but we're going to hold on that for a little bit and get some things figured out. I want to hold on that and get everything figured out. Whatever, Jenna. Drive a Subaru. What's your vape? What do you vape, bro? Aw, what you looking for?
Giant trash bag so I can throw myself away.
I couldn't come up with a good comeback to that. I'm a little brain dead. I just got off work.
Fix your car.
I'm working on it. I've been trying to do videos. I've taken like 4 intros and I keep getting interrupted by kids and dogs and food. Alright, she's gone. Anyway, Jeremy's inside. He was showering. I think he's cooking now. He's taking care of that, and I'm going to trip over that. Okay, longer story short. Engine's here, car's here. Jeremy finished up some stuff with his car, got bored, started working on mine. So, engine's in the car. I'm working. We're both working. He had a 2-week off period that he just took some time off. I don't have that option. I'm stuck working 6 days a week. I don't have a whole lot of time. So I try to come in here after I get off work. Anyway, it's in the car. Same setup as the old one. I had to put my oil pan on it because it came with a rear sump oil pan, and I need a front sump to get it in the car. Pretty sure it was in a GS 300, something like that, automatic transmission. The fun part, well, so we've been told, this one's been turboed. Not only has it been turboed, or so we've been told, been turboed, it came with all the turbo stuff. And yeah, I got a really great deal on all of the turbo stuff I need for that. Well, most of the turbo stuff I need for it. I still need to do ECU, some oil routing stuff, and intercooler routing stuff. But it came with an intercooler, came with a whole nother exhaust manifold, came with a small turbo, which is not bad because My turbo's gigantic, and it's never going to spool. But it'll be fun. More novelty fun, but it'll be fun. This one will be actually functional as long as everything works right. And I'm going to be upgrading soon anyway. We'll probably go with the same kind of turbo Jeremy went with. So, yeah, this came with a turbo, came with an intercooler, came with an exhaust manifold, came with a whole new fuel rail, more injectors, intake manifold, came with a single-sided intake manifold, which I'd been wanting to pick up. Not really sure what kind of shape it's in, but it should work. New throttle body, new all that stuff. Whole bunch of stuff. Awesome stuff. It's going to be real fun when I get to that point. But for now, we're getting the engine in. We're getting it set back up, NA, and running. So I can do a nice full break-in with it, make sure everything works, check around for any rod knocks, check around for anything off on it at all. Because we want to, more or less, I'd like this one to last a little while, hopefully. If I fire it up and it's knocking on all 6, then I'm not going to think about that. It's just not going to happen. I never said that. It didn't. It's not going to do it. Gone. So, I wanted to get a little video here because it's before all the wiring harness mess goes back in, because I still have a bit of a rat's nest. When I do the turbo, I'm going to do a whole new ECU and wiring harness, so I'm going to clean all that up. But for right now, it's more or less going back to what it looked like before. So I'm going to get some of the wiring harness stuff fixed up. I'm going to eat real quick, work on some of the wiring harness stuff. Jeremy should be out here soon, but he's not really going to be working on it because he already did a bunch on it. So he's just going to come out here and give me bad advice. I'm going to try to take some video as I go, as much as I can remember to. You guys know I'm terrible. We're terrible. Maybe I'll just throw Jeremy a camera and say, hey, record everything. Because that seems to work pretty well. So, I'm going to start hooking up what I can. Getting things more or less back in place. I've got to find my transmission mount bolts. Get that all pushed back up. The transmission's under there as well. See if I can get my my short shifter kit in place, wherever it is. It's around here somewhere. See if I can get that in place. I did get a short shifter because you remember the friggin', chunk, like Mack truck transmission. Yeah, that's all. Well, it's still technically there, but I slap a Band-Aid. Flex tape meme, just slap. Yeah. Terrible running transmission? Short shift kit. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I'll do that until that one breaks. I'll have to get another transmission soon anyway. Also coming soon, transmission stuff's going to happen. Lower control arms so I can get some freaking steering angle, because it's not great, but it'll work. It works. From NA, I can't really throw a ton of angle right now anyway. I mean, I can. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, so I'm going to start throwing some stuff back together. I'm going to come back to you periodically, throw Jeremy a camera and slap him in the face and tell him to record some stuff. But I'm going to eat first because I got food here and it's hot and it's getting cold. Jeremy's been inside. He's taking care of stuff. Actually, it looks like he might be coming out. Nope, there's Jana again. I've seen her more than I've seen Jeremy tonight.
He's coming.
No, I know.
He was in charge of dinner tonight, but I made 75% of it.
It's all good. I knew he was going to be busy. I wasn't expecting a whole bunch of help. I mean, shit, he dropped the engine in the car already. Speaking of which, some stuff that wasn't seen. Hey, Jeremy.
Hi. Oh, what are you doing?
Not a fucking thing.
He brought you some buns.
Social distance.
Woohoo.
You touched it.
That's besides the point. It's cooked.
One thing he did do before the engine went in, new.
I drained the oil out of the transmission somehow.
Did you find it?
Well, yeah, he drained most of the oil out of the transmission while putting it in, because apparently we forgot to drop it or drain it before that. But no, the steering rack gasket, grommet, whatever the heck they are, those were, this one was shot, the one on the driver's side was non-existent, like fully not there. So I had a big dead zone in my steering wheel where the steering rack was literally just flexing. And yeah, that was causing some fun. But yeah, long story short, I haven't gotten shit done. I'm going to try to do a little bit more before I take off. Okay, so I don't know how well this is going to work because the car kind of makes some noise and it's got some rumbles and stuff in the back. I meant to do another quick clip before I left. I just left his house. We're kind of stopping there for the night. We more or less just went over kind of what we need to get. I'm missing a good few bolts, so I'm going to see if they are at my place, because it is possible that they might be in the top of my toolbox. But I got to go back to the house to figure that out. So I'm going to do that and see. If nothing else, Jeremy's going to run to Home Depot tomorrow and find bolts so that we can mount the transmission up, get the drive shaft and everything back in, so that he can put it back on the ground and get his car moved, or get my car out of the garage, because right now the front's on jack stands, the transmission is up on the floor jack, so it's immobile at the moment. But yeah, get everything attached, transmission bolted back up, get the drive shaft back in place, and then that way he can set it on the ground and get it back out of his garage so he can put his back into the garage, because the Supra takes water and rain a lot better than the 280 does. His leaks a lot out of multiple places. The Supra leaks just a little bit behind the windows in a heavy rain or car wash, but only like direct water directly at that with pressure, so rain doesn't get in it. Surprisingly, has no leaks. So we're gonna get that figured out. I'm gonna try to get over there tomorrow at a decent time, help him get all that done. Even if I don't go over there, he'll probably get that done. I don't know if he'll take a video of it or not. But the goal right now is to continue tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave. Well, yeah, I'm gonna skip this out to tomorrow. It's gonna be like seconds for you guys, but for me, a long time. But yeah, we'll get that done. Okay, back again. So not well, actually, a good bit did get done. Not much visually. Jeremy got bolts for the transmission mounts, so everything's bolted up now. Of course, he did that the first time before remembering that the drive shaft was still hanging on the ground. So I had to pull everything out and put it all back in before I got here, because I got stuck at work because of lazy people in call centers. But yeah, so he got that back together. We just got the I'm just gonna sound. I keep forgetting I can do that with this phone. Radiators back in. We just got all of my cooling lines hooked up. I'm gonna still scratch my head figuring out where a lot of my plugs are going. Try to get some of those mounted, or if I can get the plugs in, then I can get everything started on this side. Oh, did he also find? No, he didn't. Or at least they're not in here. Starter. I was hoping to be able to put that in before the intake manifold's in here and, sitting out to here, because that makes things a lot easier. But yeah, so I'm going to find where some of these plugs are going. Of course, none of the ones that are labeled are the ones that I have an issue with. It's a lot of the ones that go up underneath that aren't labeled that I don't fully remember. So we're going to get that figured out. Not really sure how long or how far we're going to make it today, just because of Jeremy's got to work in the morning and I got to work in the morning, but he wakes up a lot earlier than I do. So we're cutting it off tonight at 9 or 9:30, something like that. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can get done. Short time frames. If we can get things figured out, then between this time or this run and this time I'm visiting here and the next time, we should be able to crank it and get her fired. And then figure out if I just wasted a bunch of time and money on a new motor. Not holding a whole lot of hope on that one. But, you know, whatever. We'll figure it out. If it ends up being junk, then we'll act accordingly. So. Okay, that was fun. Hold on. That little guy and that little guy both just flew in the door. Alright. That's cool. I see you. Okay, one of them flew out. That one's gonna be struggling. I'll update you as I watch them. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. Yeah, I just heard the wings. I don't know where he went now. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can get done. Looking at my chin. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we should be able to get it fired up in a couple of times here. I just got to get the wiring figured out on this side, and then bolting stuff's up easy. Yeah. You heard me. And then yeah, once it's being bolted together, then it's a pretty quick process from there. We do have to test the gas in the gas tank. There's a good chance it's no good anymore, but we'll find out. So I'll update you as we go and see if I can figure out where the other bird went. Okay. This is a fun sight, isn't it? I miss being in here. We'll have some good stuff up in this one soon. No, we're not ready to start yet, unfortunately. One thing I was doing while I put everything back together. What in the world? Oh, the dog's setting off the motion sensor light. One thing I was doing while I was putting everything back together is hi, Patch. Scaring the hell out of me, dude. Yeah. Scaring the hell out of me. Anyway, you guys remember what my shifter looked like. Hard to see, but that's first. That's second, third, fourth, and fifth. Everything moves around. Yeah, that was pretty bad. So I found a short shifter. Dude, what is going on? You need a bath, dude. Holy crap. Found a short shifter that works well with the W58. I was told for a long time and did some research, and there's a bunch of short shifters, or at least a good few of them, that are designed for the W58, but they end up hurting more than they do any good. So I hadn't done one. That's kind of why my shifter looked like that, is because I didn't want to do a short shifter that was just going to end up screwing up the transmission and everything else. So I finally found this one that ends up doing, or it's supposedly good for them, or not. I mean, not good for them necessarily, but it doesn't tear them up. So this little guy here, yeah, bolts aren't completely back in yet. I'm trying to find out if I need to put a spacer in here or not. It does come with a spacer. This is a cube short shifter, designed for the W58. Great reviews all over the place. This, of course, was my old shift knob that I threw on here, so I'm not just grabbing onto threads. So you remember the other one, if I remember right, you know, here to down here to up here to down here to up here. Yeah. No, here's the new one. First, second, third, fourth. I'm having trouble finding fifth, I think, while it's stopped. I'm gonna try the spacer and see. But basically, a fifth and then reverse. All in the space of half of what first gear used to look like. So it's still, of course, a little wobbly. That's just play. We'll see how it goes. Oh, nope, there's fifth. Cool. So I don't need the spacer. I gotta pull things back out because I've got one bolt back here that doesn't want to go in. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that guy. But yeah, I've got a shifter that doesn't hate me anymore. So yeah, anyway, progress. Okay. So Jeremy made a bet with Jana because she's been changing hair color and name and all sorts of stuff around, that if she changed her hair color or anything else again, he was going to shave his beard. Jana comes out today with red hair. So, executive decision. Jeremy's next drift car is going to be a Camaro or an El Camino. We're not really sure which one yet.
El Camino could work.
El Camino could work.
I could see an El Camino, but I'd have to go this like all the way down.
Yeah.
Just nasty.
I didn't do this to you.
You did this to me.
You did this to
He
him.
made the bet with himself. It wasn't anything to do.
You knew what
I
would happen.
vocally made the decision that
You
if
said, I'll make you a deal. I said, deal's off.
it's not how deals work. No, it's not. That's not how deals work.
I said no deal.
You've been not wanting to touch your hair.
He's lying.
She's been saying to herself, I don't want to touch my
I
hair.
bought this hair color 2 weeks
Don't
ago.
let me cut my hair. Don't let me dye my hair. You've had how many different colors in the last 4 months?
That is not what we're talking about right now.
How many times have you cut your hair in the last 4 months? So I cut my hair. Now I'm gonna shave the rest of this shit off.
Oh, you just got to get rid of the sideburns, leave the mustache, and then you can be a cop.
Oh, okay, you know what? I'll do that next. But I have a very poofy mustache.
Yes, you do.
I told you to cat.
I'm no cop.
Okay, that had to make it into this video. All right, I'm going back to work on that stuff. We'll figure it out. Okay, we're playing the car outro again. Gonna try to do an actual outro, but Jeremy was doing hair stuff, and then he needed to poop, and I wasn't willing to wait around an hour and a half for him to be done with that. So I took off. Car's back out of the garage for now. It's rolling. Everything's up underneath it. Drive shaft's in. The only reason we'd have to get underneath the car now is just if there's like starter bolts or something like that we want to tighten up from down below. But we should be able to get all that from up above anyway. So yeah, she's on the ground. Still needs some work. But I'm gonna end this video off here. We'll do a little more of the working around once we get another chance. Jeremy's heading back to work tomorrow, so it'll be at least a few days before I can get back over there. And yeah, so it's going to be a few days. I figure I'll get this one edited and try to get it uploaded here pretty soon. Jeremy's also got one that he's still has to upload, or still has to edit and upload, so that'll be out before this one is anyway. So you've already seen all that. But yeah, anyway, for now we're gonna leave it off there. If you guys haven't yet, like, subscribe, Tell your friends. I know we've been slow. We're working on fixing that now. Now that I have some time and I've got a garage and we've got things happening again, we should be putting videos out at least a bit more often. Well, definitely a bit more often. It's just a matter of meeting up and getting schedules lined up. And once I get settled into the house, it'll be a little easier to do. But for now, I'm gonna go to bed and go back to work tomorrow and keep going to work. Because I'm essential. Yeah. Anyway, you guys know what to do. Stay sideways.